Thank you. As Connecticut prepares, Governor Malloy has been meeting really all day long with state officials on how to respond to this upcoming storm.
News 8's chief Capitol correspondent Mark Davis live at the state capitol with that part of our team coverage. Mark?
Hi, Sonia and Keith. Good evening, everyone from the state capitol. Governor Malloy concluded his latest briefing just a short time ago and came out and announced that he was not making the call just yet on what to do with the thousands and thousands of state employees who work here in the greater Hartford area and elsewhere around the state, that he will wait for another briefing at 8:30 tonight and make that call at about 9 p.m. Earlier today, the new governor met for over 30 minutes with all of the state agency and department heads and on a telephone conference call with 250 municipal leaders and emergency directors from all 169 cities and towns.
This is a serious potential incident with the possibility of really great amounts of snow falling. We have a big range. We've got to be prepared. We've got to communicate through all of you folks the need for preparation.
That was the gist of the conference call to city and town leaders, that all emergency declarations like parking bans be made early.
I've also warned them, those that live or have communities along our highway system, that we may turn to their communities for assistance in closing the highways should that be necessary, and given the amount of snow that might fall, as much as 4 inches in any particular hour, we have to be prepared for that potential eventuality.
And Malloy says no matter what he does, there will likely be people stranded, as some were in western Connecticut on Friday.
We're going to have people stranded, right? Because people do silly things, right? Or get surprised by occurrences. So clearly, if you could plan to avoid being on our highway system between the hours of 2 a.m. And 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, that would be a good thing.
That would be a good thing. It's all about preparation, according to Governor Daniel Malloy, and he revealed to us that during his first year as mayor of Stamford, the winter of 1995 and 1996, Stamford had a record 100-inch snowfall, the most snow they had had there in 100 years. He says he hopes he's not starting a trend. Live from the state capitol, Mark Davis, News 8.
It is going to be a battle to keep the roads clear tomorrow. Meanwhile, Bridgeport announcing its new snow emergency procedures.
News 8's Jamie Murrow live at Bridgeport's Emergency Operations Center with that part of our team coverage tonight. Jamie?
Keith, good evening. Indeed, we are at Bridgeport's Emergency Operations Center. This building opened up about 2 years ago. We're going to give you a quick tour here. First, you can make out all the tables surrounding me here. Each table represents a different facet of the city. Folks will be sitting in these chairs, working the phones, dealing with emergencies that may rise. This table's for FEMA, for example. This is for medical, and the table behind me is for law enforcement. Now, also in this room, they have 2 projection screens, and we could show you on this screen is kind of a reminder for people working here, also people calling in here for help and opinions or recommendations on where they should park, because the city wants people to park in parking lots across the city, like the schools or even the ballpark. And then, of course, as the storm has its track, continues its track, they've also got on this projection screen 2 different radars so they can follow the track of the storm, know exactly what's going on in real time. The mayor and all the department heads are asking the people of Bridgeport to be patient, because there's going to be a lot of work that has to be done with this storm. Overcoming obstacles life can throw at us begins with anticipation and preparation. With another nor'easter knocking at Connecticut's door, the promise of overcoming winter's fury must start with a plan. Bridgeport has been working on one for days.
This is going to be, in the words of our Deputy Public Facilities Director, Bobby Kennedy, he's named this as a doozy of a storm. I think everybody agrees that if we get the predicted 15 inches, we're going to have our work cut out for us.
Even before gray clouds covered the Park City like a blanket, Mayor Bill Finch declared a snow emergency. The Emergency Operations Center, which houses enough technology to mirror an electronics store, has been switched on and is ready to go. It is here they will monitor everything from parking to plowing to patrolling to potential rescues. Any hitch in the plan can cause multiple headaches and multiple problems.
When people go to sleep tonight, they should be parking their vehicles on the odd side of the street. So they'll be parking on the odd-numbered side of the street. If you can't get a parking spot on the odd-numbered side of the street, we encourage you to use one of the lots that the city's made available.
We will bring our crews in this evening, depending on right now we're looking at a 10 o'clock storm time. Our folks will be in by 8 o'clock and begin to do the prep of the roads before it snows. We have suspended sanitation and recycling for tomorrow.
This is a public safety issue. So we need everybody's cooperation, and we're sure we're going to get it.
But if the mayor doesn't get it, if your car is in the way, they're going to take care of it. You can either get a ticket or, even more expensive, you can get towed. If you want to know where all these lots are where you can park, you can log on to the city's website. That's bridgeportct.gov. Again, bridgeportct.gov. And we are live in Bridgeport tonight. I'm Jamie Muro, News 8.
Jamie, thank you. Now, from a dollars and cents point of view, this already busy winter season is taking major toll on local snow removal budgets.
News 8's Tina Detel on the scene in New London with that part of our team coverage.
Starting about an hour even before the first snowflake falls, about 9 of these big plow trucks, along with several smaller ones, will be out on the road preparing those roads. Now, what they'll be doing is actually putting down this enhanced salt so that the first snow which falls doesn't bond to the roads. New London is ready for the third major snowstorm to hit the shoreline city this season. The plows are ready to roll. The enhanced salt has been delivered, and the crews are on call. 25 workers for what is expected to be a 36-hour event, just days after another storm hit, putting a strain on crews and the budget.
It really is under budgeted if it continues at the rate it's going for the storms. So we will have to make some adjustments later in the year.
Because you don't usually expect to be hit this hard. So
no, particularly down here.
And Keith Chapman says another storm could be on its way next weekend. He's budgeted for 5 or 6 storms a season.
Whether it's 3 inches or 12 inches, the hours still are pretty consistent from beginning to end. So the size of the storm is not as critical as the frequency of the storms.
Oh, okay. So the frequency is high. So
yeah, that's going to be the problem. Yes.
During an average storm, the city uses about 250 tons of this enhanced salt. To give you an idea of just how much salt that is, after this latest delivery, we're told this pile now contains just over 200 tons. On the scene in New London, Tina Detel, News 8.